Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you again so much for our time together. Where do we begin on this beautiful Monday morning? Isaiah 62, great prayer, great challenge for prayer for Jerusalem. You who call on the Lord, give yourselves no rest, and give him no rest till he establishes Jerusalem and makes her the praise of the earth. You get over to Philippians, and oh my goodness, the incredible truth about shining like stars in the universe as you hold out the word of life. As we present the gospel to people, we release the light that attracts the attention of this world to Jesus. Paul continues in verses 19, 20, and 21. He said, listen, of all the preachers I've trained, I've got no one else like Timothy who genuinely takes an interest in your welfare. Not put on, not a mask, not a job, not a duty. Having pastors that really care about the welfare of their people and not putting their own selfish interests first, Paul said that is a huge thing and a difficult thing to find. Thank God for the great pastors and pastoras we have at Cathedral of Praise. But what I want to take you back to today is something that we started on last week about how God continues the good work he began within you in chapter 1, verse 6. And now look at how he continues that thought in chapter 2, verse 13. For it is God who works in you to will and to act according to his good purpose. Let me read it to you from the New Century Translation. Because God is working in you to help you want to do and be able to do what pleases him. Another translation puts it this way. God creates in you both the desire and the ability to do his will. I think back to a young 18-year-old boy that God had called to preach, and there was no way I could have ever stood up in front of people and preached. And as I stood behind an old Texaco gas station in Troy, Alabama, and began to preach to the stars, God gave me an ability to preach. He gave me not only the desire, but an ability. I hear a lot of people tell us today that, don't ever say you won't do something because that's exactly what God will make you do. Nah. God creates in you the ability to do things, but he also creates in you the desire to do things. When people come to me and they say, Pastor, what is the will of God for my life? I often look at them and say, well, what desires are in your life? Not what passing desires in your heart, but what desire is there and continues to grow every day of your life. There's a lot of things we see other people doing and we go, I'd like to do that. There's a lot of things that we think, I'd like to do that one day. But then there are the desires that grow in us, that start like little small seeds and continue to grow and grow and grow and grow within us. And that's where you will find the will of God. Now, some of you just need to lighten up a little bit on yourselves like I taught you last week and understand God's not going to ask you to do something you don't want to do. He's going to create a desire in you to do it. So look to the growing desires to know his will. And God is not going to ask you to do something you cannot do. God is going to create in you the ability to do it. So when it comes to doing the will of God, the desire will be there and the ability will be there.